Right, welcome my friends. Have you noticed that we have reached 750,000 subscribers on the channel? Wow, that's a milestone, right? To celebrate this, I have decided to do a little giveaway, and I'm going to forge a medallion using engraved dies, a project I have wanted to do for a long time. But embossing or engraving on steel by hand is an incredibly time-consuming process and takes years to master. A precision CNC mill would probably have been the best solution, but that's a huge investment, and yeah, frankly, I don't even know a friend who have one, so we have to let that go. The next best solution, I guess, is laser engraving, and all this coincides perfectly with Xtool reaching out to me, offering their F2 Ultra fiber laser to play with. Thank you, Xtool. Let's see how this goes, and all the details about the giveaway are in the video description below. Let's go!
This is a dual laser unit which will mark, engrave and cut a large selection of materials, including metal. And that's why I thought this was so interesting and also relevant to the channel. To get predictable results, especially on materials that you haven't worked with before, it's quite important to run a few tests before processing your project at hand. And that's what I'm doing here. There are a few parameters to play with, and in this case I have to find a good balance between level of detail, speed and depth of cut. Dealing with laser light, it's always good to be extra cautious. Even though the enclosure on the machine should stop any harmful light, I like to wear glasses as well. This looks pretty good. Look how happy I am. Time to make the actual design. For embossing, you use a grayscale image called a depth map, where each level of gray represents how deep the laser will engrave. And when making a negative die like this, it's crucial to mirror the design before engraving. Another important step is focusing the laser. I do this here by moving the head up and down, bringing the two dots together. This took about 4 hours each to complete. Not super fast, but time I could spend on other things. For those of you that are unfamiliar with the Thunderbear theme, it's all about my name. Torbjörn is a compound word with Tor, which is the name of the Norse thunder god, and Björn, which means bear in Swedish. That's why. This is a little trick to set up a round bar for a perpendicular hole. Not super precise, but good enough for this at least. The dies are made from 4340 tool steel and should be preheated before welding, which is soon to come. Alright, so far so good. Okay, this is my thinking here. The smaller bits held by the wire should keep the blank centered on the die. It's a loose fit now, but it will fit nicely when the blank is heated. These holders can't be welded in place since the blank will expand or move to some degree during forging. And the two welded on taller ones at the back, they are only there to guide the top die so it stays centered. I hope that makes sense. Oh, and keeping the upper die level seems like a good idea also. Before jumping ahead, I want to try another trick I picked up from Alex Steele. And that is to use heat-resistant paint to minimize scaling as much as possible. Well, that didn't go as planned. And frankly, I was a bit worried when I made the design to begin with. On the other hand, you never quite know how the material will flow. The problem here is that I try to make a raised edge on both sides of the medallion. And that means that the material in the center needs to go somewhere before the die can touch the rim or edge. I guess with the right volume calculations you can make a design that will accept that amount somehow. But I will make another try reworking the upper die. Luckily I haven't spent hundreds of hours on it. I made this one with an inverted edge to forge the edge material down into the lower die. Hopefully that will do it. Woohoo! Not 100%, but acceptable, I guess. To make this giveaway even better, I will engrave the medallions with the name of each winner. It's so easy to do. To get a bit of contrast, I will heat blue it and do a slight polish. But first, cleaning with denatured alcohol.
So, what do you think? I think it's nice. And the process is kind of cool, especially with the level of detail you get. It's almost like making real coins. The result is not perfect. A bigger hammer would have been better. The best tool for the job would probably have been a press, because for a good imprint you should really only hit it once. And for that you need perfect timing with the hammer to get a powerful enough blow. For example, on this one, on the back side, you can see this was a double blow with some shifting of the dice. And on the front, the touch mark is not super well defined with the lack of power. Yeah. And learning something new, it has its price. Here are some of the failures. Anyway, I can definitely see how this technology can help me in other projects, like making all sorts of stamps for different patterns or whatever, or even just marking a surface for drilling or cutting. We will see. Don't forget to take a look at the video description for all the details about the giveaway. Good luck and see you in my next video.